One of the big surprises of the draft, Jalen Hurts taken in round 2 by the Philadelphia Eagles. I caught up with GM Howie Roseman yesterday and asked him about taking Hurts with a franchise quarterback in Carson Wentz on the roster. Here's what Roseman had to say.
We love Carson Wentz, and we've shown it with our actions. We showed it when we traded everything to go and get him. We showed it when we went and paid him on that contract. And it's not like we're trying to get out of that contract. Like, we're committed to that. But we're trying to build a football team that has incredible depth, that we have this value of this backup quarterback position. You know, Jeffrey said, like, we want to have 2 of the top 10 quarterbacks in the league. Like, that's our goal. That's what we're trying to do.
So do we see Jalen Hurts on the field? Clear this up for me, because there's this idea that he's going to be like a Taysom Hill. We'll see him in different capacities, 2 quarterbacks on the field at the same time, even as he's serving as an understudy to Carson Wentz. Will we see that?
You know, that's a better question for Coach Peterson. You know, I'm not trying to duck it, but I'm also, you know, don't feel like that's my dojo.
Do you envision that in your own mind? Do you think, I'd like to see this guy out there and see what he can do in a different capacity than quarterback, regardless of what the coach is going to do?
I love Carson Wentz, man. I love Carson Wentz, and I love going to bed at night, putting my head on the pillow and knowing that we have a strong quarterback room. That to me makes me sleep better.
See, I'm having a hard time understanding what Roseman's message was there. I kept trying to get him to talk about Jalen Hurts being used in that gadget capacity as Taysom Hill. And when he talks about how much he loves Carson Wentz and he wants to protect and support Carson Wentz, I can't help but wonder, Peter, whether or not he's going to want to keep Jalen Hurts in bubble wrap, because Jalen Hurts is there primarily to be that insurance policy against the next inevitable Carson Wentz injury.
Anything that Howie Roseman says right now about using Jalen Hurts is viewed as a subtraction of Carson Wentz. It's not viewed as a, hey, this is going to make us all better. So that's why, my gut feeling, that's why Howie answered the question that way, because he just simply does not want to get into this, and he doesn't want there to be a headline of Roseman sees great benefits to Jalen Hurts. You know, he doesn't want, I mean, if I'm reading the tea leaves, that's what I think. But Mike, the Philadelphia Eagles are an absolutely separate quarterback situation. They have a distinct, different quarterback situation than most in the NFL. And you say, well, what does that mean? What I say is that Carson Wentz, in the playoff runs of 2017 and 2018, missed 13 games with injuries. 8 in the regular season, 5 in the postseason. And when your quarterback does that, you have to make sure that you have a backup quarterback that you can put in instead of saying all is lost. When the Detroit Lions lost Matthew Stafford, all was lost. You know, when the Jets didn't have Sam Darnold, it's not anywhere near that situation. All was lost. So the Philadelphia Eagles, in my opinion, are different from 25 of the teams in football in that, in my opinion, on the Philadelphia Eagles, 2 of the 10 most important players are the quarterback and the backup quarterback. So in other words, you have to devote resources beyond the Nate Sudfeld, Kyle Lauletta level as your backup quarterback with the Philadelphia Eagles, because the odds say that there's a decent chance you're going to have to play him, and you might have to play him in some pretty important snaps.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of good in what Peter's saying there. I do think that's the truth. I mean, Mike, we talk about this all the time. Teams that we look at as a Super Bowl or playoff contender, and why they risk, you know, the ability of their team to win football games when their starting quarterback goes out, and then we go, like Peter's saying, well, the season's over. Man, our starter's gone. Why do that? When you have a team that you know can make a deep playoff run and maybe get to a Super Bowl, why make it all about one player? And if he gets hurt, we're all screwed. So I do think there is that thought process. And how can there not be? Howie Roseman, Doug Peterson, so smart. They know how to run the organization there. And, of course, Carson Wentz injury history. But I don't think it's about competition or anything about replacing Carson Wentz here. This is different than Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers. You know, Jalen Hurts does have a specific, athletic skill set to where he's going to be able to add to this offense. You know, again, this is a coaching staff that's came from Andy Reid, West Coast offense, similar terminology to a Sean Payton who runs the West Coast offense. They see what Taysom Hill has done for them. And Hurts is a great leader, so you almost get two positions in one. But I do think that Philadelphia is not doing this to threaten Carson Wentz in any way. You know, when Howie Roseman says he's their guy, I believe him. I mean, they traded away a lot of picks and stuff to get there to pick Carson Wentz as the number 2 pick in the draft. They got rid of Nick Foles, who was a Super Bowl winning quarterback, because they believed in Carson Wentz, and they paid him like they believed in Carson Wentz. So I think it's more about Jalen Hurts helping out the offense, and then that insurance policy is the second part of the whole picture.
And Chris, you mentioned from time to time that John Gruden, the Raiders coach, views his offense like a Ferrari, and he trusts the quarterback with the keys. In Philadelphia, the quarterback is the Ferrari. And when you know that that Ferrari is going to get crashed from time to time, your insurance policy becomes more expensive, and you have to devote the resources to the premium. And the premium here is Jalen Hurts in round 2, because you know, based on history, that you're going to need a backup quarterback who isn't just standing there on the sideline, but is ready at a moment's notice to enter the game. Case in point, when Carson Wentz got hit illegally by Jadeveon Clowney in the wild card game, it was over for the Eagles. Season done. All the work they put in to get there, gone in an instant. But all that said, I don't know why they won't embrace this notion of Hurts doing other things while he's waiting to replace Carson Wentz, because that will at least make the fan base feel better about why this was done. Because the fan base, they don't, I don't know why they don't want to process it, but they don't. They want help for Carson Wentz. They want a shiny new object that's going to be on the field. Why not tell them, hey, we are going to use Hurts. We get the best of both worlds here. We get a guy who's going to be on the field from time to time in a Taysom Hill package, and we have a guy who's going to back up Carson Wentz when he gets hurt again. I don't understand why they won't just say that. I didn't think that was all that controversial of a take for Howie Roseman to embrace.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.